And we're live.
Excellent. All right. Hello there, fellow future humans. Oh, sorry. Future humans and fellow seekers. Today is a very, very exciting. I don't know if you can tell, but we are in our new Lair Lab ship. So things all went well, and we'll be, handling things for a while to come. But we're here. We are operational, as you can see. So this is Nai G Coach. With me, I have.
Okay. Jailene.
All right, so I guess we'll just kind of do a heads up and then get into today's session, which is going to focus on my workbench samples. Okay, so we're in the new place. There's lots of things I like about the new place. It's all about, for me, the work, the campaign, the higher calling. There's excellent pacing here. Excellent pacing means excellent visioning. Excellent visioning means excellent flags forward for the Pod cause. Coming up is my birthday in a few weeks. I'm going to be going really hard on getting closer to Data Bedrock, working on the B grade samples. I have the A grade pretty strong, ready for Jailene and I to go through them. The plan on that is that I'm going to be working through what I've done on the A grade, which is kind of get to pre-Bedrock. I'm going to do it for the B grade, C grade, and D grade. In between each of those, I'm going to go to Workbench and attention samples and see what I can't do there, and then go back, and I will do then combined quizzes for myself. So once I get through the B, my plan is to actually do B males, then B females, then combine B, and then combine A and B, and then move on. While I'm doing this, Jailene and I are flipping over some initial key bubbles that will help me out a great deal on some areas I want to have a stronger footing on. So when we're done with that, then the plan will be to bring Jailene through with me, and then as far as I can tell, that is going to be when we get to Data Bedrock. So I don't know exactly how long that will take, but that's a general idea, and I can tell you that we're very close now. I'm running through for pre-Bedrock, and then Jailene and I will be going through for Bedrock. I plan on going out in the internet, going to various places on the internet I can find. My higher spirits tell me that there are future humans out there who have interest and talent and the life circumstances where they can check out what we're doing and get involved, see that it's there, have their mind blown, and react accordingly. I don't know where they are. I don't know what the percentage is. I'm gathering it's going to be in probably smaller percentages. That's fine. I'll just have to do high numbers, and I'll need to find out where the highest number of these kinds of people are. So I have quite a few ideas of where I want to try out, and then I'm just going to keep doing that for the rest of my life. So when that happens, the plan will be to have the database at Bedrock. That means I'll continue to do reading, but I will not be doing confirmations. I'll just be doing speculations for several years, as far as I can see, talk to my spirits. And those speculations will be done, more on just the Sunday session and, fun reading that Jailene and I are doing in the evenings. But the primary energies I'll be pushing will be working the Martian Manifesto story and trying to find anyone who wants to come look at our newly available Data Bedrock artifact, Rosetta Stone of the human soul, human condition, whichever wording makes you feel better. All right, so so birthday, a few weeks, March, about 6 months. So those are the next things I'm pushing towards. All right, so what I've been working on after the A grade pre-Bedrock push I did is before I go into the B grade, I wanted to clean up the database a bit. So using those new descriptors we talked about, which is for reads that have not been read yet, samples have not been read yet, is scant media, which is the lowest. They would probably be kicked out if there wasn't some reason, someone requested it, I have a strong interest, whatever it is, they're very famous. If they didn't have something strongly compelling in that regard, they probably wouldn't make it. So that's the bottom rung of possible samples. Then it's pending, which is samples that have decent enough media, but there's no particular calling for that sample, so thus not a lot of motivation. And we have to protect, what Jailene and I can do is invaluable. It's beyond words, beyond calculation right now, how valuable our skill set is, and thus our time and the case we work on. So next up is requested. That means someone has requested that sample. That makes it more interesting to us. to know that there is someone interested in that case, and if we were to work on that case, that could help someone out in their understanding of the human condition. So that's good. Above that is attention. Those are samples that myself or Jarlene are personally interested in. And I want to get to it at some point, but the distinction between this and the next level up, which is workbench, is I don't feel I need to do it right now. The workbench is going to be things that more they're like pressing on me. Attention is it's calling to me. It is calling to me, but not pressing on me. Workbench, I feel it pressing, and I want to get right on it. All right. So that basically kind of sums up what I've been doing. The workbench attention are fairly well sorted now to get me ready for that. I'm now going through requested. Hopefully I finished it up today, and I'm kind of making sure everything in there is requested and is not actually, sometimes there were some pending they're put in there, so I'm moving them out. No one actually requested them, just somehow they got tagged that way. So I'm making sure they go out so they don't get put up there with things that are requested. And then some things are going to be considered scant media, so even though they are requested, because they're scant media, that supersedes in the system, and so they have been moved to scant media. So yeah, that should basically set me up to push hard into B grade. So I look to finish up this sort of cleanup in the next day or two, and then full on going into the B grade as best I can until my birthday, and then I'll reevaluate what I want to do from there to the end of the year, and from there till March. Okay, with that said, then let's get into the workbench, because it was over 1,000. This is a good thing to kind of talk about my process and how I'm going to be doing this going forward. I'd like to keep my, yeah, I don't make this too firm. These are things I'm thinking might be the case, is that I want to keep the attention samples, you know, within like 1 to a few thousand, and the workbench, you know, 100 to 1,000 range. That feels like the proper size for those. And as much as possible, moving other things out to pending or something. I don't mind that pending, it's really huge. This is kind of good to know the process. The pending number right now, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's somewhere like 7, 8, 9,000. It's substantial, but that doesn't bother me because there's no calling for it. It doesn't need to be done. It's just kind of like if I feel like it at some point, so it doesn't weigh on me. But the attention samples, big deal. Workbench the most, then attention, and you know, to people who are paying attention to Podler enough that they want to know what reads are, say requests. Again, I do feel some proper pressure from requests. They're like, oh, I would like to get to that at some point. All right, so that's basically it. And so again, I will try to trim down those numbers. Now, that's what we'll probably spend a lot of our Sunday session doing, is going through workbench, attention, and requested samples, and also probably just keeping up on the latest TV and movies that Jarlene and I are watching. So if you guys, anyone's watching this, wants to know what to expect going forward, that's what you expect the content to be, is focusing on those 3 levels of sample cases and our ongoing media consumption. All right, but that will mean new reads and cases every week. Okay, so Jarlene, I'll hand over to you. Let's go ahead and open up the workbench and see what is waiting in there.
All right, let's do this. This is the workbench by alphabetical order.
Okay. All right, so what I might do, Jarlene, is kind of say why it's interesting me.
Sure, yeah.
And then it doesn't mean that we're actually going to do the case. So part of this is kind of just talk about what's on my mind. I'm curious, I can't see because of how the screen's set up. How many samples are in this workbench?
It is 1,304, so a little over 1,300.
All right, so we got a good amount here. All right, great. Okay, so what I'm thinking, Jarlene, is that I'll just kind of talk through certain things and then not necessarily get into that case. I'd like to kind of build up some momentum, is what I like to do with this process when I have a lot to do. So I'm going to kind of go through in layers and see which ones we can't get easy. We're kind of go for easier ones today that kind of pop out.
Okay.
All right, with her, I find her interesting, her energy, her way, while at the same time, I'm strongly getting that she's Vi first, I believe, but the second palette is not coming as readily to me, and I'm wondering if she's a steely Vi G or if she's like a real kind of a empathetic riff Vi Z. So that's why I was keen. I thought this would help sharpen my lens on that distinction.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right.
So, do you want
Yeah.
to tackle her now?
No, I'd like to come back. She won't be the easiest. So,
Okay. All right.
okay,
Tank
Tank
Abbott.
Abbott. Yeah, I want to make sure that anything that's down in combat sports as a Xeni, that it's definitely a Xeni. I think there are Xeni in there. Like I still think Anderson Silva and Klitschko brothers from boxing and so on. There are Xeni in there, but Zevi seems much more prevalent. Um, yeah, he's intriguing me right now. Let's go and take a look at him. I feel pretty good about Z first, but I wanted to really dial in on the second palette.
Let's do it.
He's very squinty, but I don't know that I'm actually getting any signal between, say, Nye or Vi with a squinty. He's not, but most time he's a rather squinty Z first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think video with hearing the possible drone or lilt will be very helpful.
All right. Let's do it. Um, Loading it up on the watch together.
Cute. Bless you.
Thank you. It's a little fuzzy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me load another one up. This one doesn't seem to have sound.
No.
All right. Too bad, because it's
Yeah.
clearer than some others. Um,
Okay.
could he be a squinty Vizai?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay.
Possible. I mean,
Just wanted to throw it out there.
yeah.
Because he has slower cadence. That was just jumping out at me. But it may be for different reasons.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's a very good point. Let's actually look into that.
I was just, you know what? In the most of the other pictures, I would be like, stray away from that. But in the picture where he was perking up his eyes, it seemed really bright. And here, right here, it seems kind of like his eyes just kind of more, more drinking in than not, maybe.
Oh, he looks more sleepy to me.
Yeah.
Now, Boss Root and Ziva is a counterpoint.
Sure, that's very different. I mean,
Yeah.
he may be a Z alpha, but very different riffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
And I just know I had him down as a Z9. So I don't know if I'm hearing drone.
no, I'm not hearing drone. Let me see if I can find some.
I'm wondering if that's actually like Nye HSP. Because he has this kind of like smirky face, holding himself back energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I don't hear drone at all. So, and I don't see concern. It seems like he's using Nye, so whether it's polar or, like, uh, or the second power, that's I'm not sure about yet. One thing that's striking me is that he doesn't seem as localized. The emoting doesn't seem as localized as I see with some other Z alpha. But
Hmm.
maybe it is, and it's just not. He
Yeah.
just has more round
He seems localized to
face.
me. He animates a lot
Yeah,
and moves his face around a lot. I'm not sure.
yeah,
He's got a very kind of cagey vibe about him.
yeah. But then some Vzi have a KG vibe, though.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. I wasn't ruling that out. I was kind
Okay,
of just going with. I don't feel this is like a Z vibe.
okay.
I
Yeah,
feel
no,
more like
I don't.
I feel like I'm
Yeah.
seeing Nye and V, so I'm not
Yes,
ruling out V's eye.
same here. Yeah, I'm with you.
Like the way he looks away here.
Hmm. Yeah, it's V and not and Nye.
Yeah, he gets the perked up the light as well. It seems clear.
Yep.
This seems like heavy Zhai to me though. Like I'm not seeing any macking. I'm
Yeah.
kind of getting like this gruff storyteller vibe, but not Mackie. Not I haven't seen to me yet a G maneuver.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he looked away there, that looked to me like I think Jai on the right, but also he had this kind of nervous quality that I associate with Nye.
Hmm.
Like right here, see he's looking away.
Yes.
He doesn't perk up very much.
No, he
Like right
doesn't.
here, I see
That's a good point, and it does seem like that he has that feline eye quality
yeah,
that that the pilots can have, like the
yeah.
broad feline.
Mm-hmm. Totally. And right here, you see he's going off. It seems to be like 1,000 yard stare, but a little more to the left. It doesn't seem like it's a concern at all.
No.
And although he does look he's going underwater, because I think he's ob. It does look momentum to me. It does look
It,
natural state. Do you mean the Nye itself?
yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, I'm seeing Zenai.
Yeah.
May I see one more interview?
Yeah. And the way he moves his head though, it's got a little bit like the slinky,
Mm-hmm.
not the on point.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Yeah, and you see there the quick cadence that I expect from that I expect that I it's that seems exemplifies a pilot.
Yeah. Oh, there's hands.
Yeah, yeah,
I think it was paddle, not
yeah,
fleshy.
yeah. And that perk up looked altered. Okay. Z9?
Yeah, you don't mind? I would like to see just one more because this kind of find the edges of the Z first in the combat sports. Something I want to when you and I do the MMA bubble, which we'll probably do next. I think we'll do that then music. This distinction is going to be one I really want to get some leveling up on, just because they're doing very similar things. They're both Z first, and there's a lot of sports where you have Z Vi and there's no Xeni. But combat sports and I believe also football does have both the Z first mojos. So I look to those bubbles to kind of really help us hone in on that. You know what I mean? Because it'll be both Z first, but they'll be doing the same bubble riff.
Yeah.
All right, is there any more? But yeah, I feel good, like that's what I'm saying, and now I just want to like see another video and confirm that it's there. You know what I mean? Make sure that it's repeating.
Yep. We have this video interview here. Let's see.
One thing he has is this may be one thing that's also made you think about the VZI. He has a kind of laconic poise, which I associate with Nye. Do you know what I mean? Like I can't think of any Zvi that holds himself like this.
Mm-hmm.
Even like real like brash, salty, you know what I mean? Like earthy kind of people, you know, that are very unpretentious. So it's not like they just like Vi's keep them like, you know, like poised like a journalist or a soldier or something like that. But even just like the soccer players and other ones, they even like slouch and so forth, but it doesn't look the same. It doesn't. Do you know what I mean? The way his body, it's
Yep.
it has
I
this
know
sort
what
of
you mean.
like an inky undulation.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got this real kind of laid back, kind of like salty pirate storyteller, which sometimes I associate that with these eye. But I'm watching his hands. I think they do have more tension in it. And I think like right now, these seem like shy grimaces. He's like, especially here, this is a really good one as he kind of shows his disgust for what he considers to be pretty boy, pseudo muscle tough people.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's going inside and he does like 3 times in the last just like couple seconds here, kind of like showing his disgust. But it's a very kind of internal thing. He's weighing it inside and going, yeah, that's suck ass.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there also he had more moting on the shake. That was, can we rewind that? This last bit, you really see him. This whole part where he's talking someone like Brock Lesnar. And at the very end, so you'll see that he'll notice he starts saying stuff deadpan, but then he's having these very strong like emotive reactions, but they're like inner weighings, and he's not liking the results of these weighings. The item being weighed is disgusting to him, and then at the end he actually like shakes his head as if to shake off that kind of being ever touching him. And I think it was because you think generally, I think I was seeing a Jai, like, you know, a Jai shake of like
Yep, I saw it. Yeah, there. Uh-huh. I saw
And
it.
something else he did too, which is A maneuver that's actually mentioned about apes and that humans also do it, but I noticed that it seems to be way more that Jai users do it. I rewind here again. He makes some statements, and then he's actually very strongly, I believe, holding his ground with Jai. And when he does that, it's kind of interesting. He leaves his mouth slack. He does like 3 times. He goes, Yugaba, and you get hit. And then he kind of stops for a second and leaves his lip hanging. But it's a very, any Jai user can do this, but when it's coming from, I guess, a Z first particularly, the way he's using it, and they can use it other ways too, but this way it has a very pugnacious quality. Do you mean like, I dare you to try and hit me on that? It kind of has, Zai has that too, but when Zai does, I dare you to try to hit me, it's chilly. It's a chilly dare. This is a warm dare, and it's done, because y'all think of Jai being vulnerable, but it's also a very powerful core. And you're really seeing the way he's doing it here, where he basically says something, and then he kind of like lets his emotive core just sit there like, yeah. It's interesting, myself, because I have Zai, I don't hold ground that way. And Shailene, she has Jai first, so she does, but the Jai natural state mojos don't tend to use as many of the pugnacious maneuvers. Or if they do, it's usually sporadic at key kind of moments. Whereas he does this extendedly, and looks like this is kind of a way that he probably does fairly habitually. There it is. Boom, big there. Not run. And he kind of just drifted back to his right and let his mouth hang.
Yeah.
Again, he did on his head. Yeah, he did at least 3 times. One time really big. Okay, cool. So yeah, because I think we both agree not Vi.
Yep.
And then this last one helped me feel pretty good that I'm not seeing a Zai G combo.
Yep. Yep. All right. C9.
Cool. Oh, just so everyone knows, is that from now on, these are all speculations that I'm working on. And I'm going to start distinguishing between that and confirmations, which is going to be data bedrock. So that's my speculation on him. And so I'll figure out what ranking to put him at. But these are all specs. So I want people to actually understand that difference. And when anyone who's watching and wants to tell people about pod layer, important that you separate between a read, as in it has been read, versus it's an ongoing read. So confirmation versus speculation. Data bedrock, confirmations, everything else for the time being, for a few years, is going to be speculative and hold off from closing. All right. Because example, on that, Jarlene, the reason I'm saying this, I actually felt a resistance to actually put down Z9. Just because I was like, well, I would like to come back and look at him again after we're done with the MMA. You know what I mean? So
Right.
now I feel like it's fine, because I do feel comfortable enough to actually like initial tagging him, but I don't want someone going, aha, that's the end on this case. So no, that is where I'm speculating.
Okay. Excellent.
Her story I find very, very compelling, and because of that, I also find her case quite challenging. So we'll come back to her, but very, very impressive character, at least what I know of her so far. Who's next? Well, it's UPS. That's why I was like, I do want to know what the head of UPS looks like.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's throw him on. Let's throw him on. Let's do it.
All right. David Abney. Looks odd. Looks broad.
Myself, the thing that hits me is his eyes. His eyes are like really hitting me.
Yeah, that is true. And it does look, digits look long. They're long digits.
Yeah, the kind of soft face thing can be more prevalent, I've noticed, in academic jobs, in white collar jobs. You know, get a lot of piercing energy from the eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like concern, I think.
I think so too.
Looks like shy. Thinking by
Okay.
Z.
Possibly. For me, I'm so hit by the eyes that I'm find the second signal uh, overshadowed at the moment. For me, I'd like to see video. Because like right there, he looks kind of Vizey, but other times looks real affable. So I'm trying. Not the Vizey can't be very affable, but he's kind of like smiley. And I don't know, is that cheek activation? So yeah, I want to see video.
Yeah.
See what we got. But I agree, Charlene, that what picture you pointed out did look like looked Jai-esque to me. So
All right. I hear gravelly,
yeah,
like a Vi alpha, Vi with Z sounding gravel.
yeah. Just I've only heard this so far in my life with by Z.
Yeah. Yeah, the eyes have look, you can see concern and a lot of energy on the eye in the eyes. Seems to like that far away of like a subjective, even
Yeah,
though he has
hooded
more of
eyes.
a boxy looking, like framed
Yeah,
head.
those eyes. Yeah, those eyes. Yeah, that's good call, Charlene. The eyes really strike me as hooded.
Yeah.
Deadpan delivery seems like.
Yeah, and it looked that looked like hard Franzi there,
Yeah, it did.
the hand.
Not the hard spider, hard crystal.
Yeah. So different. Want to cross contextualize with something
Yeah,
else? Here's one where he's standing and giving a speech.
he tucks his chin in. It seems like on emotive points.
Yeah.
Those jets are cold or chilly. They don't.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems that Jai, you hear the poignancy in
Yeah,
his delivery,
yeah.
and his cheeks aren't activating at all.
No.
He has that knee halo. He has around the eyes.
But that's a quite an altered state when it perks up.
Yeah.
But he does it very effectively.
Yeah. All right. Weitzi?
I see.
Right.
I think he's well known, and he kind of seems to jump out to me as a possible Vizai.
Vizai. Yes. Yeah.
So
That's
let's
what
take
he
a look
was
at him.
looking like to me. That's big Cheshire smile.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so broad,
Hmm.
ob, animated.
Quick body and head case. Look at the shoulders and
Yeah,
everything, the way he's popping.
yeah,
And the head turns.
yeah. Look like G, warm articulation. It's not going
Exactly.
into the cheeks though.
Natural drinking in.
Yeah. He has a little bit slower cadence than a pilot would.
Hmm.
Okay.
It has that outward pucker with the lips.
Yeah. His
And
eyes are
there,
clear. Yeah.
mhm. And when he does like lip inward, like as opposed to shy, they don't roll inwards and they don't stay slack and they aren't uneven. They are up and down, the lips pressed together into flat lines. And they stay together until, oh, he's speaking. He speaks now. And when he pauses, he'll flatten the lips out.
Yeah.
There, right there. As soon as you start talking, bam, the outward puckers come together in a sort of flat line. Boom. Yeah, he never has his lips hang slack like Pat Gabbett did.
All right. Comfortable with Visai?
Yeah. And so we say soft reads. These are soft specs. So yeah, I'm comfortable with that as a soft spec.
All right. Okay.
Um, yeah. With her, I'm curious because she's an activist and she has an interesting look. I was wondering, um, this is something that I think I could associate with like kind of a Naiji riff, but I think she might be a Ziny. And so that made an interesting case to me. I'd like to kind of look into that. Not necessarily today, but that's why I'd like to make a distinction. Because those TED speaker people, they tend to have a bit of a certain look to them. Not all of them, obviously, there's a lot of variation, but there is a kind of like I'm a helper of humanity. A lot of them are doing like I'm the helper of humanity kind of riff. So it'd be interesting to kind of distinguish a Naiji versus Ziny version of that. And who knows, maybe she's something else that I haven't thought of. All right, who's next? Okay, she was one that I pulled because I was thinking Giant V, but because the prevalence of Zybe in adult film, I just want to make sure. So yeah, I still think maybe those cheeks are activating. I don't know, that smile.
Yeah.
It calls me a little bit like Jai tends to, but maybe that's just a maneuver she's able to do with her G. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Okay.
So this will be kind of the beginning of finding the edges of that, because that's I think I have a pretty good idea of the adult film actors, the demographics there, except for exactly where the Zyve and Jive edges are.
Yeah. Her eyes look really clear.
Mm-hmm. You feel very good about the V. And what I've seen so far, all the more well-known people, females from adult film, are V mojos.
All right. Yeah, she does look like it's going into her cheeks.
Yeah, I'm just kind of taking it in. Okay, how's the hand? This in the hand. That looks a longer, huh?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, her cheeks are a little broad, so I'm kind of taking that in.
Hmm. I think she looks ob to me.
Yeah, I was wondering about
She looks ob. She looks like a Vijay actually.
I wonder about even Vizai. Yeah, I'm kind of keeping my mind open to all the V mojos here.
All right. Sure. I'm just saying, like, her hands look a little more curled in, and
Mm.
she's more animated than I would typically see in a sub.
The cheeks don't seem to move much to me.
Yeah, that is true. I do see that. And actually noticing more, I see her lips. I see their upper lip plate moving. And she seems like she's doing puckers. Yeah, it
Hmm.
may have just been taken in by the roundness of her cheeks
Yeah.
when she smiles. You know, there's an apple cheek
Yeah.
quality. But yeah, she's articulating here.
She's got a heavy voice. I wonder what that's about.
Yeah. Well, could it be that she's has is articulating in Z and there? That's what's throwing me off. Like, I don't know. Yeah, getting a little different sort of.
Yeah. My spirit's kind of telling me to kind of stay loose right now. So I'm kind of just, what is, yeah, I mean, that seemed a little yang when she went to the right. I'm not like tightening up anywhere, but I am feeling, I think I'm seeing more the cheeks not moving and the eyes seem really, like you said, really bright.
Yeah,
So I'm wondering if it's possible like a round faced V's eye.
yeah, yeah. Let's see different interview.
Yeah.
Cross contextualize here.
Also, some XIV can have rather round faces. They're very challenging samples, but you know what I mean. That's not outside the realm of possible.
Mm. Yeah, it's quick and
It
animation.
does seem like a yeah,
Yeah, she
and
looks pretty
she does.
to me.
Yeah.
V alpha. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of expression around her mouth, and but I don't know that it's going into the cheek
No,
area.
I don't think I've seen that myself.
Yeah, she smiles big, and she does it. It kind of lifts her
Mhm.
cheeks into this apple kind of
Yeah.
mound. But
And one thing that kind of help us with this is also the winter sport. Is we there are some like these eye ladies and guys too, but that have like a very kind of like innocent kind of style of G.
yeah,
You know, not as Mackie.
right. Let's see. I don't see any more interview footage.
Okay.
So,
You go back to pictures.
sure. Back to the top. Yeah, she has a big smile,
Mm-hmm.
and the eyes are very bright. But you're right. I don't think. Yeah, it goes into that like round apple
Yeah.
cheek, but it's
I'm
not
struck by
every.
how sometimes she seems more narrow in the pictures. In
That
the
was a
face.
lot of animation,
It
coach.
was. No, I'm not saying that it wasn't. I'm just saying as far as like being totally ready to confirm, or I mean, totally ready to kind of put a label on. Yes, I was. I guess was really hoping to get another interview. Yeah, let's go and move on, and we can come back because there's other ones from the adult film that need doing as well. So perhaps that will level us up in that area. We can come back.
All right, that's this is the next one. Two nerds.
Um, I thought he was popping out as his IV, possibly.
Interesting. I can see subprac.
Subfrac, exactly. So I want to separate. And I know that the VISI are much more prevalent as far as we know in cycling. So the fact that he kind of looks IV to me, I was like, oh, is he actually his IV or is this a riff of IZ that's a little more challenging?
His eyes do look bright
Yeah.
and clear looking.
Ow.
Oh
Ow.
my goodness. It's full on.
That's full on. Being muddy like that, I'm surprised that doesn't happen like every minute. Okay,
Yeah.
when he paused, it went that flat mouth. You know what I mean? It didn't hang open at all.
Yeah.
It just quickly lips come together and kind of like are in this holding position.
His eyes look like they're drinking in as well.
Yeah. The voice is heavy, but I don't think I'm hearing drone. But maybe it's like a real like shiny baby biking by Z. Let's watch another video.
Yeah.
Because we noticed that in general the Viz in these various sports they tend to have a definitely different riff about them than the normal politicians and journalists and things like that, academics. They have a lot more of like this kind of rugged baby kind of thing going on.
Looks like, is he the same one? That's has the same name. Okay, I guess yeah. He has a beard now.
Okay.
Is he? No, wait. Is this a different one?
You get red hair though. I think it may just be a mislabeling.
I think they're two-ton tune erts.
That is okay. If you would ask me, is that a name that there's another one of? I would be like, no.
No, wait. Yeah, there's a film director.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right. Now we know. So yeah, watch out for that. Tune erts. Okay. It's on the right-hand side. That does seem loose.
It does. I was just gonna say that. That seems like ad sub lines.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
What?
All right, Zyvi.
Well, does he ever talk here? Oh, here we go.
I
He's
see
very
the upper
okay.
and lower lip meeting in that pucker.
Mm-hmm. The one I was focused on the overall body language. He seemed very confident holding space while he was talking.
Yeah.
Like I didn't get any like any like dirt tension of like wanting to move forward, kind of curl the body into any kind of like forward lean. It's just like they're just kind of very comfortable there.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So early spec is Zyv. I think he's just well known, or I think he is. So I was like, oh, I should probably get that one, but
Maybe like a V alpha.
possibly, but I'm not feeling it today.
Okay. Next.
Yeah, I think with her, I was interested because she has that thing where it could sometimes look like a Nai G or a Nai Z, but also maybe a Jai V. Where it has like a lot of V, but also a lot of Nai. So I found it interesting for that reason, but not today. Okay. This guy is a bit more serious looking, but I think I'm more, which made his riff more challenging for me. But we've been watching a good amount. It's a nice little light viewing when we're something like just kind of getting stuff done. His strongman contest, because you kind of just jump in and watch him do these crazy things and jump out. So it's a nice little kind of like our version of a cat video. So we watched a few of these cat videos of very strong men lifting heavy objects. You know what? This is making me happy. Let's go ahead and take a look at this guy. Because I haven't looked at the strongmen like in any kind of serious way for a while, though we've watched the shows just for fun. But I think way back when I thought that perhaps there was like a stronger Xeni presence. But the more we've looked at it, it doesn't look like that necessarily is so. And part of that is there's some kind of like very ha 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 like strongman v Xi, their whole riff, not just the sport, but kind of like the overall um, meta idea of strongman. But as you mentioned, the Vzi are the youngest of the ad mojos. And then, what do you think, Charlene? Probably strongman and maybe combat sports, maybe football, contact sports have the most kind of like most yang of the Vzi.
Hmm. Yeah, I would say from the ones we've looked at.
Because we've seen Vzi that do like other things, like for example, like there's a Vzi presence in food. We see a lot of Vzi like in the food carts that we like to go to here in Portland. We see a lot of Vzi, but they don't. They have a bit more of a jovial riff than some. Although it's interesting, strongman there is definitely the jovial Vzi riff, but then there's also the I don't like to smile much Vzi. That threw me a little bit because we're more familiar with the more smiley Vzi. These seriously, these videos are intense. I actually like watching it just as a study in intensity of what like a visceral, visual kind of, I guess, metaphor and an analog. Because Charlene, did you see the one right where the guy was like squatting something and like his nose was bleeding
Yep.
from the exertion? As far as like just pure single exertion, other sports obviously do really cool things too that are different. But as far as just raw, straight exertion, I don't think I've seen anything that matches what these people do. Like they blow out their limbs, not like someone else hit their limb. They blow them out. Not they blow it out because they ran fast and turned suddenly, like in tennis. No, like they just push their body until their body literally like breaks, their nose bleeds and stuff. It's crazy. They have to have in jaw stuff when doing certain lifts so that the intensity that they're doing doesn't cause them to clench their jaw so strong they shatter their own teeth. That is crazy. Not my thing, but like since Visa is so different for me, I do like to watch some stuff. Just be like, wow, that's a different way to human. But rock on. Alrighty.
I don't hear drone.
No. Yeah, for me, it's more like a Vzi versus Xeni thing.
Mm.
Because yeah, he's got that slinky amp thing they both have. Okay, here we go. It's body language. Now he's burly, but I don't know that I'm actually seeing any kind of like der poise
Yeah.
or der tension.
Yeah, no, I'm not seeing that, and I'm not seeing the jutting and, uh, more forward energy, boundary setting energy that you see with a Z alpha.
Now, he has a bit of an unusual mouth so that his lower lip kind of just it loops down. I won't say droops down, just kind of dips down naturally. Like that's, I'm trying to take that in. He does have the more outwardly, he holds it down a lot. but he does seem to have the more like smiley outward, the outward smiley that the G have.
Yeah.
And he has a good amount of Nye, but I think I've been seeing V perk up almost the whole time. Like here, he's just kind of just there drinking in.
Also, that looks more articulation.
Yeah. Yeah,
Not
like
going.
there, when he goes back to the guy, is when the emoting tends to be timed.
Yeah.
There's that flat lifting at the end when the pause.
Right.
Yeah, he's got an unusual mouth. Let's see some more. There is. He holds his body so he doesn't shimmy much. I
Great.
noticed this riff does that more than others.
Power tools. All right. There's not a whole lot, but there is maybe a couple more.
Viihdyttekö te esimerkiksi ilman paitaa tuolla Helsingin keskustassa? Näytättekö te mielulla? Ei tietystikään talvella, että kesänä tietysti, että tyhmiähän me jollain monet luulee. Täytyy aina muistaa, että meillä on se niinku etulyöntiasema ja onni siinä, että me tehdään se, kun ei vaatteet meinaa löytyy tonkoksille jätkille. Salihousuja ehkä löytyy muutamalla kuosilla, että onko vaikea löytää trendikkäitä vaatteita? Täytyy aina muistaa, että Atamikki oli legenda. Ei. Mikä on kysynä? Nimessä mistään muualla ne hommat jätetään salille ja muuten pukeudutaan niin kuin normaalit ihmiset. Jouko, sä oot aika treenikäs mies siitä, että sä keräilet noita tommosia voimavehkeitä. Mun kansakin lähtetään jo lauantaina sitten mittelemässä, niin onks te...
Okay, the eyes seem pretty drinking in there.
Yeah.
He gets credit with Zenai.
Yeah.
Mites sä lähtisit sä? Jätetään se kädemään ton muitten hommista. Alright.
Yeah.
Ensi lauantaina sitten mittelemässä, niin onks teidän juttu, sä haastat ilmeisesti kaikki niin vahvat ihmiset, kun Suomesta löytyy? No mä haastoin suomalaiset, että idea oli myös se, että niin mä haluaisin vähän tuoda suomalaisia näin huomamiehistä inspistä, että ja mulla on samalla oma inspistä mun matsi, joka on tulossa. Että treenataan vähän kovempaa kuin muut ja vähän enemmän taas niin kuin eteenpäin kuin mitä muut. Että mulla on pääasia se, että mä voitan nää ja nää voittaa ne kisat. Onko se just se juttu, että kun kumpataan tähän kuosiin, niin sit se on se nokkimiseros pakko tehdä. Että mentaliteettiin kuuluu se, että niin otetaan miehestä mittaa, vaikka sitten on isossa tapahtumissa, että koko Suomi sen saa tietää. No täytyy olla muistaa, että kaikki luulee, että isompi on vahvempi, mutta joukko on pienempi, mutta se on mua.
See what else we got.
Yes, hoping would be more on him. The
Yeah.
last one.
That's the footage is fuzzy.
All right, let's circle back to this case.
We got something here potentially. No, fuzzy as well. Yeah. So I think we'll have to circle back on him.
Because I think he probably is a VZI, but I'd like to just get where I feel a little more confident with that bubble before doing like a mainly photo read. All right, he looks like a ZVI to me. And you want to confirm it, see if he is?
Sure.
But you know what? Just going right back to him now, compared to this guy, yeah, he doesn't seem like, you know what? Go back to that guy again. Yeah, those eyes look really bright. Let's go ahead and put him down.
All right.
Sometimes you can actually do better with pictures because if the video is choppy enough, then actually pictures are better. And sometimes you can do it with pictures if you are very high level, very well trained, and you have a good understanding of what you're looking at, like the bubble context and so on, riffs.
Is this here?
No, I
No.
think he's talking about fighting him.
Okay. I don't think there's interview footage of him.
No? Okay. Can you go ahead and put him down the sheet then? I'm going to move him to pending.
All right.
Him, just because he's been a lot of things back in the day, but also because he's a bit confusing to me. I'm wondering if there's any chance he's like a Xenai or if he's like a salty Nizai. Because I was wondering if even like Nai-Z, so that's why I was want to take a look at him. I'm wondering if he is possibly a Xenai.
Let's see. You ready to look at him now, by the way?
No, let's come back because he's probably not going to have a whole lot to work with. But that's why I was keen on his case, because there aren't a lot of Xenai in, say, movies and TV as compared to the other NES Mojos, but they are in there. And so I want to make sure I have a good handle on that. So I was curious if he's one of those cases. All right. He has kind of an unusual look, you know, the ethnicity, and just he has a kind of a strong look in general. But I think he might be a Zaini, in which case I was looking forward to kind of expanding my riff collection of Zaini.
You want to tackle him now?
Yeah, he seems kind of neat. He's got a neat look. I'm curious.
Yeah, it looks Zez.
Yeah, that's another thing too, is because he has a kind of strong, broad cheeks, which can be maybe seem like odd. But after winter sport work, we're not done with that. But what we've done so far, we've got a little more familiar with kind of some strong cheeked Zy-V. So I'm wondering if he's a strong cheeked Zaini, or if something else.
He reminds me of Fareed Zakaria, but interesting. I'm still taking it in.
He does remind me of Fareed very much in his cadence.
That's true. I think just the mouth shape and the head shape.
What if he's an Izai?
Yeah.
The cheeks definitely don't seem like they're moving, so I feel good about Zez.
Yeah. His eyes don't jump out as the clearest or like the concerned.
No. I know he's probably speaking maybe not his native language, but still his articulation doesn't seem natural state to me.
It does look like G though. Like
it does.
See
the way puckers, yeah.
The way it puckers, yeah. Yeah, he looks Ob to me, and with G,
And the Nizai we've seen in this
What's
bubble
that?
can have a lot of poise and have a more stillness to them. Tend to be strong on the Zai and Vi.
Yeah.
Because he kind of bounces around a bit, a little bobbly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the other illusion that I also. So
I'd like to see his hands.
See if there is more footage. I think that may be the only interview we have, or footage of him.
All right,
Yeah,
let's circle back then.
Yep. There's another one.
She looks like, I think, possibly Vizai, but she kind of has that like sort of like an innocent, friendly kind of thing that I sometimes associate more as Jai, but I think it's a Vizai. So I was kind of interested to kind of distinguish that. Also, she kind of has a little bit of the apple cheek look, but I don't think they're flexating, at least when I can see in these pictures. So let's take a look.
It's pretty clear-eyed.
Yeah. I feel pretty good about V first.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, thank you so much for all of the positive feedback and support on my last video. I was supposed to upload my Never Have I Ever challenge on my channel.
I don't see her cheeks move yet.
No.
That seems to be a pucker. I keep seeing her lips come to a pucker.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even know this yet. I told her because I literally have not had time to. But if you could see dry shampoo at the top of my head in that video, you know, it was one of those days. It was a dry shampoo.
Yeah, that has that rounded gatherer quality to her hands.
She has a rounder face in general, but I don't think it's from the cheeks moving.
Yeah, same.
And I was trying to get over it. I edited the whole thing, and I'm gonna upload it. I waited so long to go back to YouTube. I'm not gonna upload a video I'm not crazy about. So I figured this would be a good opportunity to ask you guys to comment below some never have I ever questions that you would want me to answer, me and Aurora. And
yeah, that looks like she. But it's not going into her cheeks.
No. Cool. But doesn't have that, say, sharky quality that we sometimes see Zez gatherers having.
Yeah. But are you good with specking as Vizai?
Yeah, like I say, I still think Vizai, but that's one of the reasons why I wanted to look at her case. Because she kind of has like the more pouty-lipped way, and even the way she does her, you know, sometimes the Vizai and the Nizai, they have kind of like a more like sharp, almost a little more theatrical makeup styling. She does this more like softy look that I noticed that Vijay and Nijai share, although the Nijai tend to not be as much into makeup-y. When they do, it's a little more soft, rosy. She's kind of doing the rosy makeup and the kind of soft, poutier lips.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, with her, I was wondering if she's like a Jaini or a Naiji or something. For some reason, while I was having a little, I found her interesting, like aesthetic, like, oh, she's interesting to look at. While at the same time, it didn't jump out what it was. I found that sensation kind of like, I want to, you know what I mean? I want to clarify that.
You want to look at it now?
Yeah. Because again, I find her interesting, but not sure why. Because she kind of reminds me of a Jaini, but she's kind of cagey looking. And then that one is that means she's a Naiji, but then she has this really kind of like just sort of comfortableness with that I don't tend to see Naiji having.
Yeah.
we like to do is kind of interview different folks and see what's happening, what you got to the event.
So I'm actually employed by Palo Alto Investors for a healthcare hedge fund. Our president, Dr. Jun
I know she seems on point, or
She
like
does. She does.
What's the price of attention?
So price is really a homeostatic.
Yes, I was just wondering. I wonder if she's a Naiji that's not giving off a strong hunter signal as sometimes. That's something interesting. I noticed that sometimes these uh, tech or intellectual Naiji, if she is one, they don't tend to have the same kind of like. Interesting enough, the artist Naiji ladies tend to have a stronger hunter look about them. Her hand, that looks like tension to me.
yeah, it does look like tension to me as well. Yeah, and it had more percussiveness for her gesturing as she did that pat pat.
She's got a little bit of vocal fry, but I don't think I'm hearing drone. And those eyes seem more like slinky, you know what I mean, like the dreamy clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she really keeps her. Oh, right there you saw a little bit of it though, and there she saw, but she does it very playfully.
Mm-hmm.
But her piercing eyes, she kind of is a bit careful about giving any piercing eye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Naiji. Yeah, that's right there. That was a good freeze frame. She does a very good job of hiding her piercing eyes.
Yeah,
That's a coquettish thing.
I'm wondering if we could find another one that would be
Another
helpful.
video.
I think.
Another video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just because she hides a lot.
She does hide a lot. But I kept seeing, I agree, I seeing tension. I was seeing more percussiveness, and she seemed very on point.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm getting Jez Hunter from
Yeah,
her, but
yeah,
not
I am
Drone.
too, but it's not drone. Yeah, and the eyes are Visa. It's just I don't tend to see like so much like a business sales, like
Yeah,
a
exactly,
corporate
right?
sales
The
Naiji.
riff is
So I'm not
very
used to
different.
this kind of riff. But she did start out as an actress, so I mean, or she was an actress. So I think it's just she's shapeshifted into this kind of role, which is unusual. That I haven't really seen this kind of
Yeah.
riff of Naiji before. I wanted to take
She's
this
very,
on a little more.
she's very good at.
Yeah.
Neuromodulation.
Yeah, Naiji.
Naiji.
It's interesting. Can I see some? Yeah, some pictures here. Just to now that we
Can I see the pierce? I see it, but she has this very
very
like
coquettish, like you said,
yes, and very
feminine,
friendly.
coquettish, open seeming, but not. But she is boundary setting the whole
Exactly.
time. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, very cool.
Nice. Houston Alexander, he's one of the ones that I want to give a little attention to see in mixed martial arts. I think there are still possibly some Jivai in there, but there's way more Zivai. So distinguishing Zivai from Zenai and Zivai from Jivai is some edges I want to find. Anyway, he's one of those cases that would be helpful to me. So let's go ahead and take a look at him. So I feel pretty good about Pilot, and I think I'm seeing Vi. I don't know if you're seeing those yourself, Shanley, but for me, that part I think I'm seeing. It's the discernments.
I'm seeing Pilot, but I don't.
Okay. We'll
Not
hold it
beyond
there.
that. Yeah.
No, good, good.
Fuzzy.
Come on, Houston. We need good lighting.
We'll get it here. I think.
I think I'm hearing drone.
Yeah, I am too.
Interesting, the way he does his lips. Reminds me, like, yup, and then he flat again. Reminds me of Zai.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not seeing his cheeks move much, though, but he's being very serious.
I wanted to see like emoting.
Yeah, same here. Cheeks don't say move much.
Mm-mm.
So
They're not. So what does that mean then? Where does that leave us?
yeah, I'd like to have another interview where we see more frontal.
Yeah.
And I'm also trying to pay more attention to his lips and how he's when he's emoting and when he's not, and whether or not there's an outward pucker versus inward. See, to me, his cheeks don't seem to move much, but it seems like it's outward pucker.
Let's see. Yeah, it does. Same. I mean, could it be a Visai and she just has a gravelly
He
voice?
seems very dur to me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sense of the dissonance.
Yeah, same here. No, there's no worries. Throw whatever's come to your mind. Oh, that's good. Okay, great. No goatee.
Nope.
Okay, those.
It looks Cheshire-y. I don't know. That looks Cheshire.
Oh, he looks happy to me, but I don't know if that's.
It looks happy. It does look happy.
Very squinty. I enjoyed seeing him without the goatee. That was helpful.
Yeah, I haven't seen a. That's the only footage I've seen so far with that without goatee.
I don't think I'm seeing the cheeks move.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, but that smile looks big.
Yeah. That kind of looks like Pilot, doesn't it? Paddle hands?
Yeah, so what does it mean? Zevi?
I think possibly Zevi.
With just a kind of a cupidy looking mouth.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he wears the goatee so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I see his lower lip move a lot. He's just that shape of his mouth, and especially when he doesn't have the beard on, that was really jumping out to me.
It does sound like drone to me.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, he actually reminds me a lot of some riffs of Jivi, but without the cheeks moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there, that looks like concern. And a slack lower lip. Okay, cool. He has a bit of a fuller upper lip that was kind of throwing me a little bit. This dude in the left definitely seems like Zai first, but his eyes might be clear.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is Zavez. Because I saw Zai first, and then it's kind of like a quirky comedy. I was immediately like one thinking Zaini potentially, but I'm wondering. They did a close of his face. His eyes are very bright.
Yep. Yeah, that seems like tension. That's gesturing.
Music is helping. This is cool. We don't see a lot of like Zivi comedy. This is really this is quite a treat. A little mojo treat.
Yeah.
I always love expanding my understanding. Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my goodness.
It's fun. Ivy space is funny.
This reminds me this humor. It reminds me of Terry.
Terry
Terry
Shepard. Terry Shepard.
No, Terry who talks about himself in the third person from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? The humor, the scary, funny.
Yep.
What's his name? Terry something. Terry
Crews.
Crews. Thank you.
Awesome. So,
See that? Nice. I felt that was good. Learned something, got some nice bonding with a fellow human. This is wonderful.
Indeed.
We have a little more insight into what some, hashtag not all, some Zveds do when they're together. Okay, this guy. I'm seeing, I believe, Z first, but I'd like to make sure he's not a Z-Vi. Well, I was thinking Z9, but I want to make sure not Z-Vi. So yeah, actually, I would like to take a look at him. Former director of the NSA.
That looks like Jai, and it looks
Yeah.
like Zez. I'm hearing some gravelly, raspy.
Yeah,
Do you
but I
hear
don't know if
that?
that's drone.
I don't know.
His eyes, that might be clear.
I just hear that gravelly raspiness.
Yeah, I hear it, but I'm not sure if that's drone. The eyes aren't popping to me as concern. I hear like a shy warble.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen Concern yet.
Not yet, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's see other footage. Let's see something. Try to find more footage that showcases his face.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty clear. I mean, yeah, so clear with V and I.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that looks Z9.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
Good to firm that one up.
All right.
I think her name, for some reason, came up, so I was like, I wanted to. Yeah, I think I don't know why, but I think that she was someone was asked about. Yeah, can you do a quick search on her? Who is she?
Let's see. He's an American author and journalist, editor at large and news editor for Kama Sutra.
Hmm.
Gamergate. She was
Oh, okay. She's part of Game Brigade.
not sure how she was involved. Um, most famous for her article at Kama Sutra titled "Gamers Don't Have to Be Your
Oh,
Audience."
she did Gamers Are Over. That's right. Okay, I knew it because I've heard her talked about in the vlogosphere.
Yeah, and
Much
she's
vlog.
affiliated with Vice also.
Okay. So, but yeah, that was a big thing that gamers are dead. That was a thing. The gamers like, we're not dead. Yeah, I think because a lot of those companies seem to think that they are post client.
I know. I don't know how they imagine they'll make any money, but
So
yeah,
I think she was
different story.
I think she was a voice that kind of gave a term of gamers are dead, kind of like of that sentiment.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see.
Business is broke. That's the core of it. Gamers are dead. Business is broke.
Indeed. All
All
right,
right.
yes, let's take a look. What's going on here?
Okay. Oh, seems so sweet. A lot of animation.
Yeah,
Seems odd.
seems dir to me.
Yeah.
This articulation seems pretty
Yeah.
natural.
Natural. Yeah.
Also, she's got a lot of forwardness in her core, her shoulders, and her face.
Yeah. Agreed. A lot of jutting.
She's got a little bit of a nasally thing going, but I don't think that's drone.
No, doesn't seem like brown.
And the eyes had that more, feral clear quality that goes with 9V.
Yeah.
So that kind of brings me into like a possible Xeni or maybe a
Yeah.
Geni.
Yeah.
She's got rounder cheeks. I'm trying to take that in. I don't know if those actually they're moving or not. One thing I think I might be seeing, Charlene, let me know what you see. I'm wondering, because she does it real quick. I'm wondering if she does the chin retreat with emoting. You know, something that we associate with Jai,
Right.
because she's very kind of like up in general, but then she every now and then she kind of like pulls herself back like she's doing now, and she'll tuck her chin a little bit. So I'm trying to pay a little more attention to that.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah, she does do that. Go inward with, yeah, as she's resonating. Yeah, this seems like a Xenite to me.
Yeah, kind of like a more like sort of artsy
Yeah.
kind, you know, a little more.
Yeah. That's her background. I mean, it's an art.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, as far as like, because as compared to, you know, a lot of Xenite ladies don't quite have this styling of the hair, of the makeup, of the moves she's doing.
Yeah.
For example, like I guess where I was going with that is like right here, you can kind of see it, the dominance.
Yeah.
But overall, she really hides the dominant energy.
She
You know what I
does.
mean? It's much more solicitous.
Yeah.
Yeah, she seems very non-threatening, even though gamers are dead. Can we see another one? Anything more?
Let's see. Okay, here's one of her standing up.
Okay. Compact body lines of an
Yeah.
ob.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at her hands.
Yeah.
She softens them a lot,
Yeah.
but fast, low viscosity.
Yeah.
She's even kind of like throwing in broken lines,
Yeah. But
but they're
that's
not actually broken, but
studied.
they're like fey broken.
It looks, yeah, it looks studied.
Yeah,
Like,
studied. Good word for it. Like the way she's hanging her hand there, that's not, I don't think, natural. That's not like you know, Gumby or fleshy.
mm-hmm.
It's droopy, droopy paddle hand.
Yep.
That's a new term, droopy paddle. Yeah, but it's funny to see her doing her whole body, because she was doing it the other video we saw from the shoulders up, where it was like, you know, she's doing all these things to kind of look more
More
less threatening, more likable, more kind of going for good versus strong as far as a general impression. You know what I mean? She looked like she was trying to score points for being a good person.
Yeah, and you can see the tension there in her
Yeah.
dressing. Yeah, and the anvil also, like you said, it's gregarious, but it is anvil and zez.
This video is a little more on the side, and
Yeah.
she's
She's interviewing and
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, cheeks don't move when she's articulating.
Yeah.
And that judge she did was very strong and anvil.
Yeah. All right.
Z9. Cool. cool to actually read, characters that are part of real life dramas.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days we'll have to do that. We'll have to do like a Gamergate thing, because that's like a whole thing. And we'll have to like know who was that's not my thing, but you can't be on the internet and, and especially like YouTube and not have heard of it. And these various people who are saying these things about each other. So one of these times you kind of fun to like, who was everyone who's involved and what side were they on? Who was saying what? I think it's like real life little Shakespearean drama.
Indeed. Okay, next we have Liliana Alexander.
Okay, with her, I think I'm seeing trumpet, but she also has a very broad face. So I was kind of wanting to reconcile her.
Okay. Do you want to tackle it now?
Yeah, she's giving me things like with the trumpet, and I think the eyes may be diffuse drinking. So I think it's a possible ziny. But she's one of those cases where it could be a cool case because I think she has strong ziny signals while also having a strong distracting signal of the broad cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, maybe she's not a ziny, so.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, see eyes. And looks like G Pucker.
Yeah, but sometimes there's sometimes G9 models, they really do the statuesque thing a lot. Basically, almost like I would say imitating in a very good way sometimes, like the maneuvers that are more often done by ziny models.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, interviews would be really helpful. I like to see what happens when she's speaking, their mouth and cheeks.
Do you know of any interview footage? Because I'm not finding anything.
Really? Oh, okay. Well, in that case, just go ahead and move her to pending then.
Right. Yeah, let me take a look again. What is her profession? Social media. I mean, she has to be out there because it's social media, but maybe she's under her. Does she have a handle name?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let me see. Maybe I can find it real quick here on the Google homepage. Otherwise,
The Google.
the Google. No. All right.
All right. So let's put her to pending. Yeah, I found her interesting for that reason because I thought it would help hone one of my lens edges. But if I don't have the media I need, then no.
Right.
Okay, this guy. I was wondering about him, and when we saw the show Babylon Berlin, we liked that show, so I'm keen for that reason. But also, he's got a broad face, and I'm wondering if he is maybe a Xeni, or if he's a broad Ni-Z, or he's a very serious even Ni-Zai. So I feel pretty good about the cheeks not moving, and the eyes look dreamy to me. But I don't know what you think, but that's where I am currently.
Yeah. I think I'm seeing all those things. Be an interesting case. Interesting. Looks pretty like more emoting than I would associate with a Xeni.
For me, it wasn't the emoting, but I can see what you're saying. For me, it was the upness. He seems quite up.
He does seem quite up, but yeah, that's that also jumped out as something different than a Xeni.
Yeah. Okay. Or maybe he's like a really up Xeni, because Xeni that are in the art fields, they definitely have a different riff modifiers. Although we see with the men particularly, they do play strong types a lot too.
And I'm wondering. I think it is. Looks a little different, but still.
Is there any other footage?
Don't think so.
Let's circle back with him then.
All right.
Actually, go ahead. Well, he has an interesting case. Let's leave him at attention for a while. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's put him at attention, not workbench. So I'm still interested, but less interested with the state of his media.
Right.
Okay, he just has a very dramatic face. I'm very curious.
All right. It does look like a Zivai.
It does, with a very dramatic look. So I was wanting to confirm that that's what I was looking at. No video. Come on, Olaf. Help us out. Help the cause out. Oh, well, is it? Maybe.
Maybe.
He looks Abed Zez to me.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Oh, so funny. Then he goes back to me on calm. This is great.
Let's see if there's anything
He seems
else.
very animal. That seems very animal to me. Oh, he look. He's gonna talk there for a second.
He's gonna talk here.
Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. Oh, hair pull defense number 5.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of tension on the gesturing.
Yeah.
So it's a Z pilot.
Oh.
Oh. Better stop grabbing onto his hair.
And this is the 5th thing he's done to you. He could have killed you 4 other ways. Obviously.
Break it in half.
They're like, yeah. That's exactly right.
Zevi.
Zevi.
All right.
Alfsoy. I think she's come up somewhere in like vlogging travel. I thought she was interesting. I think she may have been in Benjamin Boyce once.
Okay. Is that something that you want to tackle now?
Yeah, let's take a look.
All right.
She was. Yep, there it is up top left.
Cool. Does she appear on her videos? Okay. Yeah. She looks sob.
Yeah. Also seems. I think that's Z and Jai.
Yeah. She looks like a Zenai.
I think so. That's what I was getting to.
I'm seeing her cheeks move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing the.
But she has, like, I can hear the Jai strong.
Yeah. She's being measured, so she's holding back her natural. Like, you can tell that her articulation could go faster than.
Yeah, and even still, it still has its natural projection strength.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
Like her juts, she's also holding her juts back, but when she does jut, you can feel the strength in them. Yeah, see here, she holds herself still, but those juts are strong.
Yeah.
She's got some vocal fry, but I don't think that's drone.
No. No. Yep, she looks senile to me.
Ooh. Game theory. Fun times. Fun times.
Yep, yep.
All right. That takes it to 4:28. So I think it's a good session.
Yep. All right.
Oh, you know what we didn't do? We'll have to do it next time. We've been watching some shows we didn't actually get to. So this is great. Okay. Jarlene and I are working on winter sports still. We are doing our last pass on some attention samples to see if there's anything else we can pull out, and then we're going to do a final quiz through, and then reviewing anything we get wrong, and then we're going to step away. I think we'll have done what we can in winter sport. That's a very challenging bubble, which is why we spent so much time in it. We've had tons of breakthroughs, a lot of prac mojo breakthroughs, males and females. So great stuff in that regard. But we've learned so much in working on such a continuous thing. I think now we should rotate the crop fields. We're going to head on over, I think, Jarlene, to MMA. And then to music, and then we'll see if we want to maybe come back to winter sport. But more than likely, we'll do MMA, then music, then maybe a few others, and then I'm thinking possibly that might be when we go to looking for data bedrock. I'm not sure if we'll revisit the winter sport prior to that again, or perhaps we will just revisit it as we're working through the A, B, C, and D's, as they come up. But we'll take it as it comes. That's what we're working on right now, and we'll see you all next time. Have a great weekend.